Generic greetings and welcome to Construction plus Prison-Arcitect plus Alpha 11 episode 8. In the previous episode we got a fair amount built actually. We expanded our workshop area so we have the full area on the right done. So we've now got 2 sections of the 4 overall that we plan on doing. We also got the infirmary and morgue installed, which means we finished our health and well-being grant, and we also did this area here, which is in the long term going to be our yard. In fact, it's our extra yard, and I might as well build it. I might as well expand onto that. So let me just go to materials and brick wall, and let me just build over here for a moment, because I didn't build it properly the last time, but I don't want to demolish that wall first, because then the prisoners will escape. We have 30 prisoners of 44, because prisoners keep leaving, and as people rightly point out in the comments, sometimes I'm getting like, you know, 10 and 20% of my prisoners leaving, you know, because of the way the release schedule works, which is slightly annoying, but something we can rectify by keeping our prisoner intake open. And there was an absolutely, well, there was a fantastic comment on how to resolve the issue, and someone suggested that we make this area here some sort of, what's it called? What's the name now? I've totally forgot it. Holding cell. Make this a holding cell, like so. Because any overflow we can put there for the time being. And I really like that idea. I could put it somewhere else. I could put it up here because I don't really use this area, but no, I think that's a good idea. Putting this as a holding cell would be I think it's going to be a good idea. And I've just realised that that's saying it's going up. 1 prisoners have serious complaints. Now, why does 1 prisoner have serious complaints? And we go to needs. It's family and recreation. That's the problem. Now, that's currently eat time, so I'm hoping that they'll get to speak to their family on the phone and have some recreation time. Is that going to happen? Once it's finished eat time, let me just speed it up so we get that done. Because, as I said, this thing's about prevention, not about damage limitation, so I need to really keep an eye on this. That's only 1 prisoner, really, that needs to see family and recreation. I'm guessing that the reason they have that problem is that they've just turned up. I'm guessing they just turned up in the morning and then they have that need not fulfilled, and it looks like it's going down. 11 prisoners said they're well treated. That recreation bit's getting used. As long as the red disappears, I will be totally content with that. In its own time, does it want to go down? Family and recreation is getting used. Look, we can see that this bar here, that means it's actually getting fulfilled. I'm guessing it's that guy there. He has a bit of family need. If it goes down from red, I'll be extremely delighted. In its own time, no, I don't think it's going to. Oh well, why is that jail door not locked open? Locked open. There we go. All these jail doors are locked open just so the prisoners can go in and out. But I've put doors in the first. I've put the doors there just because if I need to lock it down, I can. Because obviously having cells like that is quite risky. Looks like there's still a bit of red on this bit here, but not a massive problem. Not a massive problem for the time being. Anyway, we're getting a lot of money here. This is all the license bit that we've made. All of these. How much are we going to get? Do we get over 10 grand? We got 9 grand, 950, 9 grand. That's okay. That's not too bad at all. Let me just go to deployment and jobs and make sure everybody's assigned to the areas. Yes, we've got a maximum number of people assigned. So, oh, it looks like they've finished building this bit here. So let me just go to materials and demolish this bit here. That's just because that's going to be yard and I don't want to be messing around and changing things. Let me just remove that. That's our infirmary. The infirmary isn't really finished because it's, well, I've just put 3 beds in there, but to be honest with you, I'm hoping I don't ever have to use it, so we might not even complete it. Might leave it as is. This area here, the solitary areas, they haven't even got doors on. They've never been used. We've never had any need to do it, so you know, that's another thing that I'd rather just, you know, not use it. Right, we've got 10 grand. So, what I'm going to do is start saving up for this area here because we can't really build any more workshops. The problem is that previously I've been building workshops and that's because I want the prisoners that we have to actually be doing something to get money. But there's no point in building any more workshops now because we simply don't have the amount of people to fulfill the needs of the workshop and staff it. And even if we did, because of the way prisoners are released, we get so many prisoners getting released anyway that we don't have enough to permanently staff it. Yeah, we're open on normal risk, so we're going to receive 8 prisoners in 8 o'clock. Let me just pause it for a moment while I adjust a couple of things. So I'm going to go to materials and grass and then fill this with grass. Hang on, not like that. Like that. I'm going to fill that Oh, no, I'm going to grass all that up. Like, oh, why do I keep doing that? There we go. That's all grassed up, and then we can go to objects and weights benches, weight bench, and then place our weights bench. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spin it around. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We could also probably do the same thing up here. In fact, that's something that people pointed out. I'm going to. I don't know what to do with this one because this has got 2 double doors, and I don't think we need it. I really don't think we need 2 double doors. I'm going to dismantle it. Dismantle the 2 double doors and make just 1 set of single open doors. I don't know if that's going to be a good idea or not, but whatever, we're going to do it. It means I can put metal detectors up here, which sadly I've only had them around here, and I think putting them up here would be beneficial. We're also going to do what I mentioned earlier about making this a holding cell, so we'll do that. We'll just expand all this along and make that an extra holding cell, or a holding cell, because we haven't actually got any holding cells at all. And we can put a couple of benches in it, so we'll put 1 and 2, and that'll do us for now. And then I'm also going to put in beds. I'll actually put beds all the way along down here, like so, and then in the back we can actually have a drain going all the way along. Well, we'll just cover this with drains, and then we can have shower heads like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 there, and that'll do us nicely. And then we'll obviously have to plumb it in, so I'll need to drag my large pipe down a little bit and probably along here. This is obviously all temporary. This is nothing that I'm going to keep you know, is like a full thing. Well, there's no way we're going to keep this. Will this pipe be able to reach? I don't think so. I'm going to have to probably drive a large pipe in here. So let me just drive the pipe along there and then in here. And then we can just fill these up like so, and then along and then into... Oh no, well, what I'm going to do is move them down like that. And the reason for that is because when I come to delete them, I don't want to be deleting the power cable as well. So there's our holding cell, you know. Bench and oh, we haven't got toilets as well. Oh, we need some toilets. Of course. Why did I forget that? Toilets. Toilet. There we go. And we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Toilets. Done. And we might as well put in the piping as well, because, you know, that makes it actually function as a toilet. There we go. Fine. Is enough benches in there? I think so. I think we've actually got too many beds as well, but, you know, that's fine. There we go. There's our little holding cell. Right, so we've got an 8,936. We have finished turfing, or we're just about finishing turfing that area. These have been demolished here. The doors, or at least been dismantled, and I will demolish these ones and brick up. Pretty much invert what you see there. We're going to brick this up. Sorry, we're going to demolish them and brick up either side, and then we will be putting in some metal detectors around here. If I can spin them around, no, they just don't want to play ball. We're putting some metal detectors there, and they'll already be powered up, and then we can put a door there, and that'll be fine. I don't think we'll have any problem with that. We shouldn't have any problem with them trying to skip out. I'm going to put some down here and some here, but not yet. Like I say, what I'm trying to do is save up for this bit, because this bit's going to be a fair amount of. This is going to require a fair amount of building. So I want to start saving my money up. So we got 6,736 remaining dollars, and I will be holding on to that as much as I can, and obviously adding, you know, just I'll be holding on that as much as I can. Ooh, 7 prisoners saved. They've got serious complaints. Right, hang on a sec. Pause the game. We need to sort this out right now. Right, needs. It's hygiene. Cool. When's shower time? Shower time is now. Okay, so them should be fulfilled. Surely they'll be all fulfilled. There we go. Now they've actually woken up. They're going to use the shower. And that is going down. Good, good. Like I say, this is something I really need to keep an eye on, because I don't want this to kick off. It's a very delicate balance, balancing act, this one. The family and recreation bit, we've got a bit of a problem there. So we need to... This bit here, family and recreation, we really need to keep an eye on that one. I don't know why it's so high. But looks like recreation, the hygiene's sorted anyway. Now it should be free time. Is it free time? No, it's still shower time. So, looks like the hygiene's still going down. I don't think any prisoner has any hygiene requirements. Well, a couple of them might have. Still not. They're not going to fulfill them anyway, even if they have. Anyway, we should have a bit of free time. Let me just check our regime a sec. I'm going to free up a bit more time, and I'm going to free it up there. Because I think we just need to get these needs fulfilled a bit more. This family and recreation thing we need to sort out. In fact, if these go back to yellow, if these go back, I'm just gonna cancel that out. I'm just gonna go whatever and just put it back to what it was before. I'm changing the regime back. It's just this recreation bit there that we need to really sort out. Is it because of this? Let me just get an extra guard. In fact, let me hire a couple more guards. Staff guards. Let me hire a couple more guards. You go there. In fact, no, we've already got you there. No, where are you going? No, he's stationed. That's why. They keep running back of there and there. Right, so you're going in there. I just want to see how many... if the pool tables and TVs are actually in use and if it's been overcrowded. No, they're alright. They do seem alright. Let me just... Oh, and they're running around the yard. Let me just check that. That's gone down. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's any problem with the regime. Let me just open that door. And looks like we got some more prisoners turned up. Oh, hang on. Let me just pause it for a second. Go to deployment. And then guards. And unassign a guard from these areas. And like so. That should be enough. 10. Yeah, there we go. There's exactly 10. In fact, we don't even need that many. We can just assign a guard to there and there. And then once these guys have been picked up, we're now 40 of 40, which is okay. Once these guys have been picked up, we're going to reassign the guards. That's the plan. Right, so it's eat time. Everything should be okay. Are we getting enough food? I think we are. There's our metal detectors, all functioning. I'm just going to put in a large jail door, just because, well, it's something that we need to do. I actually we're going to put in a door there as well. Oh, it's there. There it is. Put it there and then lock it open, just, you know, for sake of security and such. Needs us 15 prisoners say they are well treated. That's our danger level, which is fantastic. This is our holding cell. I'm going to lock the door open on that one, I think. Lock it open. Might as well open these doors for him. Open that door and open that door. Let's just hope one of these prisoners doesn't go. Oh, is he going to try and run out? Where's he going to go? No, visitation. There we go. Let me just get a spare guard. You're not on patrol, I don't think, so you can go in there. Are you on patrol? No, you're not. Cool. I'm just going to get someone in visitation just to make sure it's all functioning and no one's getting stabbed. Let's go to deployment. Assign a guard to there. Oh, assign a guard to there and there. There, and there. And actually, we don't need to assign a guard to the centre there. There we go. And looks like this thing's been functioned. Yeah, that's not how you use words. Yes, this thing's being used by Jeff Moody and James Broomfield. And apparently they're just like staring at the wall. That guy seems... Is it me or does that guy seems really preoccupied with something? Like his body seems to be facing that guy because of the way his head's offset, but he's looking over here. He does seem a little preoccupied with something. Let me just check our needs then. Needs are getting fulfilled, but not greatly. Well, I'm going to keep the free time in there. I'm going to check it in like an hour or so, or a couple of minutes, I guess, in game. But and we'll see if that's been fulfilled. Anyway, we've got 40 or 40 prisoners now, which is fantastic, which means we should have enough to staff all of this. Speaking of staff, I'm going to actually assign a guard to that workshop there. And I think that'll do us, actually. We don't really need to assign someone anywhere else, I don't think. No, I don't think so. Right. Yes, we're going to keep the prisoner intake open because we're probably going to lose about 3 or 4 prisoners by the time it comes next morning, and the remainder can go in the holding cell. I really like that idea. That suggestion was fantastic. Put in a holding cell, and that'll allow us to get any overflow without having any problems. I like that. I really do like that idea. Right, looks like free time is working okay. Free time start. Well, we used to start at 12 o'clock, but because I've altered it, it doesn't look like that's the case anymore. Family and recreation's getting taken care of, so I don't think I really need to... I could probably put that back to work time, to be totally honest with you. Although, is it necessary? Is it worth the risk for an extra 1 hour of work? I'm not too sure it is. I'm not too sure it's worth the risk. No, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna keep it as the extra hour of free time. I mean, it's still 7 solid hours of work, so you know, it's not something I really have to concern myself with. We'll leave it as is. Yeah, we'll leave it like it is. So, just keeping an eye on these needs. They're getting used. As long as these are going down, then that's fine with me. Right. we'll have work in just a little while. Let me just lock that door open, force it open, like so, and then this door will be forced open when I can as well. What's that guy trying to do? He's trying to move the garbage somewhere. Where's he trying to move it to? Anywhere? He's just sort of sitting there. To do? Move garbage. Is the garbage trapped somewhere? I think it is. Fantastic. Let's lock these doors open. There we go. Should also put a door there as well, but we'll do it later. Once we put the other areas on. Why is that? You, workman, go over there. Right, now do whatever you want to do. Is that garbage going to be moved, or is it just locked in the door? I feel it's just locked in there. Oh well, whatever. Right, so we're coming on to work time now. It looks like all of the needs have been sorted out, much better than previously, which is good. Like I say, it's something that I really need to keep an eye on this. But oh, looks like that guy's taking it to the garbage, which is fantastic. Oh yes, another comment that someone suggested, that someone made, is that we put bins in here, in the canteen, because what tends to happen is that we get people stealing things, or like these things here. The metal detectors will detect something, and then the guards will play like it'll bag it up, and then people have to take that to somewhere else, and it'll be a big pain. Which is a big pain. You know, they'll have to take it elsewhere. But if we have bins around here, they will actually just take it directly to the bin. I like that idea, and that's what we're going to do. So, looks like we've got a lot of people going to work now. This is where all of our money comes from. We've got 5,674. I don't know how much this will cost me, roughly, in foundation. Let me just work it out roughly. This is a rough 11 grand, right? So, assuming I am going to do this... actually, it's actually that. Something like that, isn't it? There's a rough 11,900, so call it 12 grand. Because we'll be chamfering the corners off, you could probably call that about 11 grand to do that. Maybe 10 grand at a push, so we should have enough money to build all the foundations after this day of work. Should, right? Should. Remember that word. Should. We should have. That's not we will have, that's we should have. Anyway, this is all of our workmen actually cracking on. I see all of our workmen cracking on. Are they actually all doing that? I don't think so. What's that guy? He's just sitting around. We might as well assign more people. If people are just sitting around, then we're not having that. Deployment, jobs, and everyone there, more people in there. There we go. We might as well put a... Then we'll leave the rest to just sit around. I'm not going to assign anyone to the kitchen, and I said that in the previous episode. Something I don't want to do. I'm not going to... oh, we need to assign a guard there. Yeah, it's something I'm not going to do. I'm not going to assign a guard to... sorry, I might as well unassign a guard to the kitchen, actually. And make this now staff only. Staff only, staff only, and staff only. Yeah, I might as well... since I'm not going to staff this with prisoners, I might as well make it staff only. The reason I'm not staffing it with prisoners is because in the morning... they don't work to make the food because there isn't work time before our first meal time. In the afternoon, there is, so they do actually make the second meal. But that sort of defeats the point, really, doesn't it? Because if I don't have enough to fulfill the first one, what's the point? Like, you know, what is really the point? I need to have enough to fulfill both eat times with either chefs or prisoners. So if I can only if I can only staff one and not the other, and I need to hire more chefs for the first session rather than the second, then there's just no point. I might as well just hire chefs. I mean, we're still getting $1,232 a turn. That's obviously, it was when we had 40 prisoners about 1,500 or 1,600, but that's obviously gone down because we've hired an extra chef, 2 medics, or 2, what are they called? Are they called medics? No, 2 doctors and 2 more guards, so that's obviously gone down. Not that that's a problem, you understand, but, you know, it just has gone down. We've also lost another prisoner, and you know what I mean by lost. Yeah, it is actually released. Right. Needs are fine by the look of that. There's a couple, you know, medium means that they might need a bit of a wee, might need a bit of a poo, might need a little bit of a sleep, a little bit peckish, getting a bit dirty. All of these are just little bits. It's because they're working. I mean, look at all this. Yes. Let me just zoom in and listen for a while. I'm going to shut up for a moment while I listen to this lovely sound of money. Oh, there's N, carrying a big stack of things. Yes, this is a lot of money. Hey, and he's actually using the mop to mop up a saw. Oh, it's finished work time now. That's a shame. There's a lot of license plates around here. A lot of license plates. In fact, we spent just about $1,000 on just materials alone, as far as I can gather. Well, that was 5,600 and something, wasn't it? Or 5,000? It was over 5,000. So we've at least spent $38. We've spent a lot of money on materials there, which is all good because we're gonna recoup all them costs back in, well, couple of minutes really, and then we can build all of this, which will take the workmen like an absolute decade to do. Not a decade, that's a bit of an overstatement, but it looks like we're going to carry all these stacks of metal in here first before we do anything else. We've got prisoner intake open, but I'm going to close that because as is the randomness of the way prisoners are released, we've only lost one in our full day. We might lose another one through the night or, you know, by the time tomorrow comes, but we certainly don't want 6 just sitting in the holding cell. There's no point. So, that's okay. Looks like we're alright. Let me just check our needs for a moment. As I said, keeping an eye on them. Bowels and bladder are getting sorted. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just go back to our regime and make work time. There, we'll put it back to what it was. I don't think we really need to... Actually, no. Let me change that back. The problem is when you make changes to the regime, you don't want to make a change and then a day later make another change and then make another change, because you can't really tell which changes helped or hindered. Say if you... This is my regime here, as you can see, and this is the one I've had from pretty much day one of this series, and of this Alpha 11 series is what I mean, and I haven't changed anything up until this episode. I've literally added that extra bit of free time. Now, I can see that my needs are fine. We did have a little bit of problem with the family and recreation, but, you know, that's now sorted. Now, I don't know whether that was just a random coincidence of new prisons turning up. I'm going to shut up while this makes an unbelievable amount of noise. And I also want to see how much money I'm getting for the license plates. 7, 8, 9. Can we make 10? Can we bust 10? Damn it, we can't bust 10. Nearly there, though. Nearly there. Yes, so we had a problem with the family and the recreation, but that's now sorted. And I think it was just because we had some new prisoners turn up and they already had them needs and they didn't get them fulfilled in the morning because they were getting escorted to cells, etc. So I don't think it was because of... I think that's what I think it was because of. I didn't think it was any problem with the regime. But if I change this back, there's no real way to find out if that was the case or not. So I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to leave that so it is just, you know, recreation 3 hours and then the work. Guess the problem with that is I'm not busting 10 grand. Not that I really need to, you understand. Right, pause the game, because I have £15,000, dollars even. And I'm going to use that to actually do this, and build this entire area. I should really dismantle the trees as well. This is our new cell block. The final cell block. It probably will be final cell block. As I said, the whole point in this pod prison is to expand when needed. But because of the speed we're going at, the good thing is it allows us to expand, but we don't necessarily need to expand because we do have the capability to, well, it is self-sufficient. I built the prison, so if this was the only bit that we made, if this was the only bit, then it works. You know, it is a functional prison. It doesn't really need... Actually, we don't need anything else. There we go. We don't need anything else. It doesn't, you know, we've got an infirmary, we've got the laundry, we've got everything else. We've got all of our yards, or both yards, should I say. We've got other pods around here. So we've got a cell block, and then we've got another cell block. We've got all the working area, and we've got a bit of a holding cell, which we will get rid of eventually, and end up making into our security station, which I still haven't done. I'm probably not going to furnish this. I'm probably going to make the security station. I'm going to build this, and then do the security station, and then come back to this. Maybe, I don't know. I might leave that as a holding cell and not have security. I really don't know. I know that there's been several suggestions to build on these corners here, like build a bit around there, and I do like that idea, but it's not really feasible because you can't really get round, because the whole point is that you can get from these areas through to the other areas by, well, you can get to this area from going down the centre, but you don't have to go through another one of the pods, which is one of the problems. You know, I don't want you to have to go through one pod to another to get to another area, especially the cell block pods, because if there's a riot, then you lose half the prison and you lose all the access, which isn't a great design, is it? Right, I think we're just about done there. We've got the metal detectors put in up here, we've got some extra doors, we've changed this, we've got a yard. Actually, it isn't a yard, because I haven't designated designated his yard. I've only just realised that. And I'm very aware that several people would have been shouting all the way through this video because I haven't designated his yard. I apologise. That's now a yard. We've got the infirmary sorted out from last episode. Morgue's all sorted. We haven't made any adjustments to the workshop because, well, it's for the first time, I think, ever in this series so far. We've added this holding cell for our extra prisoners that turn up that we haven't actually got. We don't really need to have any more prisoners. But, for the most part, we're doing alright. And the main feature, obviously, is that we've started construction on our remaining cell block. Right, next episode, we will finish off this cell block, or I say finish it off, finish the foundations off. We will alter, probably this holding cell here, I might alter it to have security in, but then again, I might not. I may even just start building this here and getting more prisoners. Probably that, actually. Right, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.